What is the mystery of the Bermuda Trough? Is it true that Atlantis sank there? Can we count how many ships and airplanes have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle? Were their disappearances the result of human error or weather phenomena? Let's try to find out. You'll find all the answers in this video. Let's start with who coined the term, the Bermuda Triangle. You won't be able to find it on a map because this place is not officially recognized. The Bermuda Triangle is not marked on any world map. No one has agreed on its exact boundaries. There are only assumptions that its area ranges from 1,300,000 to 3,900,000 square kilometers. The region has an irregular triangular shape. In 1964, an American author named Vincent Hayes Gaddis first used the name Bermuda Triangle in a magazine article. He used it for the triangular-shaped area that had destroyed hundreds of ships and airplanes without a trace. Theories abound as to why this spot engulfs ships and airplanes. They start from conspiracy theories to perfectly logical scientific explanations. And here is not without UFOs, but we will not dwell on this version. An interesting theory about the Bermuda Triangle belongs to Charles Berlitz. He claims that in this area is the lost city of Atlantis. According to Berlitz, the disappearance of ships, airplanes, as from the battle equipment were caused by rays of energy emitted by energy crystals that feed Atlantis. It sounds crazy, but Berlitz's theory proves so compelling that his book was bought by more than 20 million people around the world. Gradually, everything strange that happens in the ocean became linked to the Bermuda Triangle. Fear of it was instilled through movies, books. It's a subject that directors, writers, and journalists have loved. However, in their works, only some facts are true. Space objects, Atlantis, time travel. All these myths appeared in the middle of the 20th century. Before that, there was no record of the mysterious phenomenon. People just noticed that there were a lot of ships disappearing. And then one writer released a book that talked about Atlantis hidden in the waters of the triangle. The author didn't have any proof, but he wrote his hypothesis very convincingly. And people liked the book. The human mind is fascinated by all sorts of mysteries. When people learn something that others don't know, they feel special. And, of course, they start to believe in this mystery. That's why the book about the Bermuda Triangle became so popular. It made its author very rich, and others also wanted to earn money in this way. That's when the theories about time travel and secret bases came out. And then they started making documentaries. All the movies dealing with the mystical origin of the triangle were based in this confusion. There is no way to find the truth. However, people like mysteries, even if they are fictional. Another popular theory is time travel. Pilot Bruce Gernon suggested that while flying over the triangle, he passed through electronic fog and traveled through time. In 1970, he was calmly flying his airplane when he was surrounded by two huge clouds. They formed a vortex and spiraled into a spiral. Like many of his predecessors, he noticed that the navigational instruments were not working. When Gernon eventually climbed out of the clouds, he discovered that his flight had taken only 35 minutes. In total, he should have flown for 75 minutes. Unable to find a reasonable explanation for what he had experienced, the pilot decided that he had traveled through time. Now let's talk about more realistic theories. Oceanographers are also trying to explain why ships are disappearing out there. They recently revisited one of their old theories, killer waves. These are huge walls of water that rise suddenly. If several of these waves occur at the same time, they overlap. If one wave is 10 meters high, the combination of several waves can create a wave that exceeds 30 meters. Such a wave can sink even a large ship. According to another version, the wave can appear due to the collision of warm and cold currents. But the most interesting theory tells, under certain conditions, waves manage to exchange kinetic energy. And among all the waves there is one, the biggest wave, the killer. Once it has accumulated enough energy, it collapses on the ship. Meteorologists have also come up with their own explanation. Hexagonal clouds. These unusual clouds can create winds of up to 270 kilometers per hour. At the same time, they can be quite large, up to 30 or even 90 kilometers across. Wind gusts caused by such clouds create 15-meter wind gusts. Sailors who have sailed through this area have reported that unstable navigation and radios stopped receiving signals. Let's take a look at the triangle from space to see what's going on. If you use special sensors and devices, you'll see that the Earth's magnetic field over the Bermuda Triangle is weakening. It's a kind of shield protecting us from solar radiation. Astronauts from the ISS say that the Bermuda Triangle gets the most solar energy on Earth, so the tech could be here. But that doesn't happen with satellites and other space objects that are in Earth's atmosphere. Areas with weakened magnetic fields are everywhere, but there are no serious problems with navigation systems there. This means that ships and airplanes are in no danger. And what about the fact that the compass also stops working in the Bermuda Triangle? Is there really a magnetic anomaly there, too? That theory was quickly dismissed. Scientists regularly check magnetic charts in the area. No deviations from the norm have been noticed. It's not an anomaly that's causing the compass to be unstable. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the few places on the planet for which the true north magnetic north pluses are on the same straight line. The magnetic field is constantly moving around the globe toward the north. When these two poles happen to be on the same straight line, a phenomenon occurs, a phenomenon called the line of zero magnetic declination. On this line, the compass behaves strangely and does not indicate the correct direction to the north. This is why so many ships disappeared in this place at the beginning of the 20th century. People used ordinary compasses. They did not have modern navigation systems, and malfunctions could lead to unfortunate consequences. Other strange natural phenomena noted off the coast of Norway may help explain why the Bermuda Triangle ruined so many ships. There are several craters. They're up to 800 meters wide and 50 meters deep. Scientists believe they were formed from bubbles of methane gas. This gas appears to come from deposits hidden deep in the seabed. When the gas reaches a certain concentration, it rushes to the surface and causes an eruption. While this theory sounds convincing, there is a nuance. The U.S. Geological Survey has stated that there have been no major gas releases in the area for the past 15 years. The ocean floor is made up of rocks that contain large amounts of magnetite. This material is similar to iron. Magnetic fields react to the high concentration of magnetite on the ocean floor, which has the potential for a kind of conflict between the two. This conflict can lead to weather anomalies and, as a result, navigation problems. Any changes in the ocean floor or in the Earth's magnetic field greatly affect the Bermuda Triangle. Since the magnetic field is constantly moving, it can take the Bermuda Triangle with it. If you know where the triangle is, it can be easily avoided. Supposedly, it is moving eastward along with the magnetic poles. But scientists can't answer where it will be in a couple years. Also, the area is really prone to tropical storms and hurricanes, which happen very often. Not to forget that the Gulf Stream, a strong current that causes drastic changes in weather, runs through the Bermuda Triangle. In addition, in the Bermuda Triangle is the deepest point of the Atlantic Ocean. The depth of the Puerto Rico Trench there reaches 8,742 meters. The Bermuda Triangle is characterized by abrupt weather changes. Storms appear quickly and unexpectedly and disappear just as quickly. You miss their approach if you blink. This may explain why there are few distress calls. Pilots, sailors don't anticipate changing weather, but the Bermuda Triangle is not unique. MASS culture has made it so. There is another mysterious triangle in Lake Michigan. Like the Bermuda Triangle, the Michigan Triangle has gotten its dubious reputation through disappearances. The first recorded disappearance dates back to 1679. A large ship, one of the largest at the time, set out on an expedition, but after falling into the ominous triangle, never returned. Much later, an airplane disappeared in this triangle. The sky there is usually very clear. But back in 1883, people observed anomalous phenomena in the area. There is another mysterious place. Off the south coast of Japan, near Tokyo, many ships met their doom, disappearing without a trace in these waters. It is called the Dragon Triangle. Between 1950 to 54, 9 ships disappeared without a trace in this area. Kayumaru ship number 5 was sent to investigate these incidents, but it too disappeared. After this incident, Japanese authorities declared the Dragon Triangle area a danger zone and advised sailors to avoid it. Is the Bermuda Triangle as mysterious as they say it is? Unfortunately, ships are sinking all over the world. You don't have to be afraid of one little triangle. There are places in the Atlantic Ocean where even more ships go missing, and the Bermuda Triangle isn't even in the top 10. So if you think about it, the solution to the mystery lies in a perfect combination of human error, challenging weather, and a large number of ships. The data provided by the U.S. Coast Guard backs this up. If you look at the percentages, the number of ships and airplanes that go missing in the Bermuda Triangle is no different than other places. Disappearances occur no more frequently, and in any comparable region of the Atlantic Ocean. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. Skeptics say this fact is already the solution to its mystery. After all, the busier the area, the more accidents occur there. Which theory do you think sounds the most convincing? Write in the comments, what other crazy versions about the Bermuda Triangle have you heard? And there are many other interesting videos on the channel. Subscribe